Here are 6 incredible open source projects that you can install right now. Let's get into the first one, Unsloth. It started as a way to make LLM fine tuning locally much easier for the average person like me. Now it has evolved into a powerhouse of a tool for everything from fine tuning to running inference, training models, and everything in between. So let me show you a little bit about it. Again, it is free, it is open source. It comes in Windows, Mac, Linux, everything you need. You can run and train all the latest open source models, including Kimi K3, Minimax, Qwen 3.8, Muse Glimmer, which just launched by Meta, DeepSeek V4, Gemma by Google, everything. It is also now a fully fledged agent UI, so it looks just like ChatGPT. Of course, you could type anything in here, but of course it is running a local model. It has web search, you can plug in tools, you can have MCP, it has memory, everything that you need all in one place and all local. All of the features that you've come to really depend on and love from products like Codex and Claude Code and Cursor are all built into Unsloth, but again, everything just runs locally. It supports all different types of hardware. You can actually remote access into it, which is really nice. So you have it running on one computer, you can open it up from another and control that computer from anywhere in the world, which is very similar to what Codex and Claude Code and Cursor also do. You can run and train image models, video models, text models, basically everything. Really just out of the box. It works extremely well. And one thing that I absolutely love is if you're trying to dip your toe into training and fine tuning, it can be extremely intimidating. There are so many different settings, so many different ways that things can go wrong, but Unsloth makes it really easy and you don't need to code at all. It's basically just a point and click interface that allows you to do training, to do fine tuning, and it walks you through it. It just makes it all really easy. And by the way, I'm going to drop all of the links to all of these projects down below. Next is a project called Diagram Design. Diagram Design gives your agent the ability to create diagrams that are actually good looking and don't have arrows that are all broken and overlapping, and really nice, really simple, and easy to use. And they have a ton of different diagram options for you. Here's a flow chart, here's an architecture chart, a state machine, a timeline, basically everything you could possibly need, a quadrant, all easily available. You just give it to your agent. You can install it as a plugin in Claude Code, plugin in Codex, in Pi, and you can install it in Hermes Agent, which is what I'm gonna show you how to do right now. And today I'm hosting Hermes on Hostinger, who's also sponsoring this video. So check this out. I already have Hermes set up for myself in Hostinger, which means it is hosted in the cloud. I don't need to actually have my computer on and running all day long. I simply type install this, give it the GitHub URL, and then hit enter. So it installed it as a skill. It only took 1 minute, and now I can create a diagram. Let me show you how to do that. Create a diagram for Hermes Agent to show the architecture. And of course, and new to use the diagram design skill. And while that's going, let me just explain why Hostinger and hosting in the cloud is so important. You don't have to keep your computer on. And in fact, that was fast. You can run background processes 24 hours a day. It's actually a one-click install to get Hermes running. So if Hermes was a little bit intimidating to you, this is a great solution. One click and you're in. The diagram design skill worked flawlessly. This looks beautiful. And don't forget to use code MatthewB in the checkout to get 10% off. If you sign up for 24 months, you get the biggest discount. So go check it out, link down below. Next is Obsidian Skills. And if you're not familiar with Obsidian, you should definitely check it out. It's basically a simple note-taking app, but everything is done in Markdown. Obsidian kind of reminds me of this image. What you see when you first get into it and start using it is this little bit on top. But with those simple primitives, you can get so much functionality out of it. I sync it across all of my devices. It is really cool. And now you can give your agent access to your Obsidian and let it use it in all these different kind of cool ways. Obsidian Skills uses the agent skills specification, so it can be used with any agent, including Hermes, which I just showed you, Claude Code, Codex, Cursor, Grokbot, all of the above. I've seen people do incredible things with Obsidian, like using it as a wiki, using it as a knowledge base for their agent, basically throwing everything into it and using it as kind of the brain of the agent. And obviously agents work really well with Markdown. and Obsidian is all about Markdown. So it works really cleanly with your agent, and your agent can just use it. It can store all of these things locally if you want. It is very much local first. If you want to sync across all your devices like I do, you can also do that quite easily. And now again, with Obsidian Skills, your agent has access to knowing how to do all of it. All right, next from Jack Dorsey's company, the creator of Twitter. He also created Square, and now it's called Block. They have an open source Slack alternative. This is called Buzz, and it's basically like Slack, but made to be agent native, made to be AI first. And the nice thing is it is completely open source, coming in at 27,000 stars after like a week of being published. So this is what it looks like. If you're familiar with Slack, you'll probably be very familiar with this. But the thing is, here's the key. Your agents are first-class citizens in Buzz. So you have your team and you have your agents working in the same channels, working on the same work, and they are both users, first-class users of Buzz. And I think that's kind of the distinctive feature of Buzz, is it's very much agents are working with you, with your human team. It is self-hostable, which is obviously quite nice. They are very much privacy and security first, which obviously if you're wanting to host all of this stuff locally, you're probably thinking quite deeply about. And it has all the features you're used to: emojis, replies, threads, channels, all of the things you're used to. And then also you get the agents as first-class citizens. It also deeply embeds workflows and automations directly into it. It is not really just a chat app. It very much lets you build out automations directly into it. This is meant to be the central hub for your work. They track everything being done in Buzz, which is really interesting. It's a Noster, which I've never heard of, Noster relay. Every message, reaction, workflow step, review, approval, and get event is a signed event in one log. Same shape, same identity model, same audit trail, whether the author is a person or a process. And when they say process, they mean agent, workflow, etc. It's all the same. I really like this structure. You can bring any model you want, open source, closed source, hosted, local, whatever you want. And because it is backed by a major company in Block and by Jack Dorsey, you know they're going to continue to iterate on it and make it better over time. And it is a new-ish product, so go test it out, see if you like it. Next is Ego Lite, an open source project that is self-described as the fastest browser to give to your agents. So your agents can control your browser. This is Ego Lite. It has 10,000 stars, so relatively under the radar right now. It describes itself as the fastest browser for AI agents to run browser automation, built for sharing your logged in browser state with your AI agents like Codex or Claude Code without disturbing you. Zero cost, zero configuration. Wonderful. So this is what it looks like. This is Codex. You type /ego browser, so it gets invoked kind of like a skill. Let's actually see it run. So this is the Ego browser right here. And we can actually see it running. So it has that nice blue glimmer. You can actually see the arrow, the cursor, and there it goes. Super fast. And especially if you're going to be using it with the new Cerebrus powered Soul, it's going to be even faster. So very cool, free, open source. Go check it out. And the last project is Modly, coming in at just under 6,000 stars. It is image to 3D design, local, open source, AI powered image to 3D mesh generation. So whether you're doing asset generation or you're into 3D printing like I am, you can basically just take any image, load it in, and it will create a 3D mesh that you can then use for your 3D printing or your game or whatever other use you're using that asset for. It runs entirely locally, which is very, very nice. And it's not really compute intensive either. So you can use this with your desktop GPU most likely. It has support for Windows, Linux, and Mac, and many different GPUs. So if you're into 3D modeling, go try this out. Seems very cool. I made another video that covers a ton more. Go check it out right here.